Arcane Adventures was a hit Roblox game created on September 26, 2015. With it becoming a hit in the Roblox charts, everybody and their moms played this, having over 40 million visits. Even the likes of Dennis and Dan TDM played this.
We go hot. Boom! That's amazing.
Sadly, as we all know, the Roblox filter updates put the doom of Arcane Adventures, never to be enjoyed by a single soul ever again. Until a savior appeared. On April 21st, 2019, Arcane Reborn was created as a remake of the original AA game, while also continuing the main storyline. So with all that said and done, let's see how Arcane Adventures holds up to the games we have today. Games customization is something to be excited about. The only thing worth mentioning is that you can pick your magic off rip and you don't have to spin for it because developers weren't greedy cash grabs back then. I go with Lightning and complete the starter quest, getting introduced by far the GOAT of all Arcane games. We then set sail for our first island, Doom Island, which holds our first boss.
How good is that?
I'm joking! No!
Maybe it was because I was a legit toddler when I first fought this boss, or they nerfed the hell out of him in Reborn. But this boss was definitely easier than what I remember, and I still struggled. That's when my white knight came to rescue me, Kyle. Now, with the release of Arcane Odyssey, obviously this game's player count is abysmal, so it's surprising finding another player solo progging. After Kyle carries me beating, we set sail for Severia. The Severia thing was such a bop back in the day that this was a main link-up spot to hang out on. As well as getting access to chests, different type of dealers, and bandits who will jump you endlessly. And last but not least, the dungeon. Now, in the original Arcane game, there was no dungeon feature. All you had to do was climb Cairo's tower and you will fight him at the top. I assume they did this for the game to run smoother, and I don't really mind the change as I think it's one of the ways as the remake has a one-up on the original. Once again, Cairo is little dog food to what I remember, and with the help of Kyle, we easily pack him up. Next island is the Sky Islands, where we just casually just learn the ability to fly, which is pretty awesome sauce. Same old merchants allowing you to buy better gear, and some quests that you can definitely do because the NPC never fucking glitches out the map and is a pain in the ass to kill. The lore continues with us having to fight Rarities, who apparently switch cheats his whole crew because they embarrassed him in front of the us. I actually wrote that down. Now for the difficulty, this is pretty much the same from what I remembered. If you had a projectile magic, this is fucking easy as shit. If you had an instant hit magic like lightning or light, you fucking suffer. Now I legit wouldn't know how I get this done without Kyle. He's a real saver of this run, and this is sadly where we must part ways.
No. Wait till I get him! I still need you!
Once you cross the barrier, you spawn instantly in the Briar Shipwreck, introducing you to the vast new world of the Second Seat. With again new merchants allowing you to upgrade your gear and new quests to grind. As soon as you talk to the GOAT, he'll tell you to murk 150 gunslingers. Breaking news, a mass murderer is killing cowboys for no apparent reason. Let's go to the scene and check what's going on. Thank you, Merc. As you can clearly see here, the rogue mage is going completely ballistic on the cowboys. We have no idea what their intention are. Is that true? We have a victim on the scene? Let's go to them right away. Yeah, man, I was trying to run away from my baby moms. Oh shit! No motherfucker right there! Now, thanks to lighting, this wasn't as painful as it would be for other magics, but it was still dreadfully long. Now, for the hardest quest in all of the Arcane series. Where the fuck am I? This is my only bash in the main game and the remake. The fact that they really said, fuck it, go find these shards in this big ass map, forcing us to look up an 8-year-old guide on all these shards locations. After that wild goose chase, you go talk to the main man himself, Theos, and for some reason, he talking about running the ones at 1/10 of his power? 1/10? This should be light work. Now, this is another instance of my magic holding me. Now, it isn't impossible, but because I'm bitch made, I got a magic.
You what?
You need to leave!
Yes, I know. You're not supposed to get this without fishing or doing the quest in the third sea, but a special someone gave it to me. After totally beating legit, we talked to him and we unlock our second magic, and this is where shit gets interesting. Now, you spawn in the third sea, and there's really a whole bunch of more yap about the lore and no cool wizard fights. Now, don't get me wrong, the lore is probably the best in the Roblox verse, and definitely holds up to some actual games, definitely better than Sonic Boom. So all this yapping up, Drake is Thurza and Theos is like Kendrick Lamar, and they have been beefing for literal centuries, and Theos is recruiting YNs to get rid of the Drake of the Seas. I can't believe I said that out loud, but there's your recap. Now, for this next stage of the lore, I can't even poke fun at, because with the music in the background, and us sitting down with the GOAT himself. Take a seat, young blood. It's finally time I told you who I was. It was a long time ago. I grew up in a town called Abron, and everything was peaceful, until Thurza showed up. Our battle was legendary, and it destroyed almost the entire world. My family's gone, my hometown gone, I have nothing left. I've been tracking him for the longest of times, hoping one day I can bring him down. Then you came along. I hope me and you can take him down together, but I fear my life is coming to an end, and that you're not strong enough to defeat Thurza. What? What do you mean, Theos? What do you mean your time's coming to an end? This can't be true. I need you to defeat Thurza. There's gotta be some other way. It's okay, young blood. I know this is a lot to take in, but stay calm. Thank you, young blood. I'm happy there's still people like you, willing to listen to an old man's yap sessions. Now, head over to Cerelia. I've heard rumors regarding something about Thurza's magic. I need you to check it out for me. And for everything, take a piece of my armor. You know, wherever you are, I'll always be with you. Now go ahead, young blood. I'll be waiting for you in mainland. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure to leave a like and sub. You know, it's free and you can change your mind later. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Now, with that tearful interaction out the way, we get into the second skyline in the game, Cerelia, where we meet a whole bunch of racist, pure blood wizards. And we meet probably the most disliked character in all the Arcane series, Angel. Now, unlike the ghost yapping, Angel has a whole yap session, but no one gives a fuck. In essence, she's trying to revive little Sea Healer and doesn't see nothing wrong with it. To summarize, we go stop the bullshit, she apologizes, and in short we just call her a dumbass and smack her on the forehead. Next, we get sent to Sabra, the final spawn point. We're tasked to find Theos, but strangely, he isn't here. You instead talk to Tony, who tells you to investigate the pyramids. Now, at this stage of the game doesn't hold your hand anymore. There's a side quest you can do, but it doesn't give that much XP to keep progressing normally. So what's the solution to this? Auto-clicking. Well, there are actual ways to progress other than auto-clicking, like fishing and fighting pirates. But auto-clicking is by far the best one. Is it good for the game? Hell no. Is it convenient for me?
Yes,
Hell yeah.
sir.
So it's up to you if you really care or not. And once I finish auto-clicking to basically max, I enter the dungeon and I really do fuck with the design. With 3 waves of soldiers getting harder with each wave, a little maze that I definitely did not look a map for. A mini boss and the final boss fight, I really did enjoy this dungeon. Not too easy, but not insanely difficult. And guess what? The rewards are actually good and worth grinding. By far my favorite out of the 3 dungeons in the game. Next, we get sent to some note talking about Theos at some tower, and we ultimately get sent to investigate an explosion, and it's another dungeon. Now, the first part of the dungeon is somewhat iffy. The only problem is that it's recommended you fight them one by one, because if you have them all on you at once, they will indeed dig in you. There's also a bonus boss, but no one cares about it because you will only fight him for his drop. But the game is dead, so there's no point in grinding it. Who are you gonna show the weapon to? 2 people? Now, we climb the tower and we just start boxing little Arcane Jesus. Well, back then, there were actual cutscenes in this game. There's one for Angel, but fuck that character. And there's one before this fight starts. It's definitely a bummer that they didn't just add these cutscenes back, because they do give us a whole bunch of lore and we get to see what the explosion is actually about. Our Pookie is severely injured. Thurza has revived legit wizard Jesus from the dead, and we have to defeat him in order to save our goat. Fight starts immediately. I lose a life in 5 seconds, and then the rest of my lives in the span of 10 seconds. And I couldn't solo him. So I joined up with the only 2 other people playing this game. Yes, I legit met them randomly 5 AM on a Sunday morning, and we gangbang Prometheus. Then we get spawned into the aftermath of the battle. We walk around, we see Unk on the ground. He's telling us his final words.
Go get some bitches, little bro.
And those were his last words before he passed on. And we awaken our third mind, we were forced to choose water. Now, the rating I would give this game today will definitely be a 7 out of 10. Being unbiased and not giving a super high rating due to nostalgia, there's definitely a lot to be desired. There's not much content after you awaken your third mind. It's really just grinding RNG drops and our favorite thing to do, fishing. Now back then, this game was really into PvP, so if you were into that, you would try to maximize your build, but since this game is dead, there's really no point in doing that. The other thing that seems like a lot of fun is grinding legendary weapons. You get these weapons from finding a legendary chart from either treasure or fishing. Getting this chart prompts you to solve a riddle, and if solved correctly gives you 1 out of 5 legendary weapons. 3 seconds after getting this legendary chart, a message goes out globally informing everybody of your name and location, giving others a chance to defeat and take your legendary chart. Honestly, this does seem like a lot of fun, and if you're up for the challenge, definitely go for it. At the end of the day, it isn't about the loot, the power, or the lore. It's about the adventure. I guess you could say it was an arcane adventure.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm sorry about that.